Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So if you're visiting this channel for the very first time, my name is Umang Agrawal and currently I'm working as a software engineer at Microsoft. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about why data structures and algorithms are important, why as a college student you should learn DSA, and why the product-based companies prefer people who are good at DSA, right? Why one of the most important aspect of their interviews, one of the most important aspect of their hiring challenges are based on DSA, right? So as a college student, guys, you are not much of experienced in building products or building scalable products like all those things, right? So the product based companies prefer to hire problem solvers, right? The problem solvers who are able to take up a problem, break up the problem and solve it using some tools and techniques, right? So data structures and algorithms are nothing but the tools and techniques to solve a problem, right? So whenever you look around, right, you will be able to see a lot of examples that are actually involving the use of DSA. And now I just have a list of points, right? I have just list of things that I want to show you where DSA is actually used straightforward, right? So just to break this myth that why, or maybe like some people have a doubt, right? Ki DSA is not important, you should not learn DSA and all those things. So I just want to break this myth by just showing you some real world examples where DSA is used, right? Now DSA is important for them who wants to go into software development or software engineering. Now if you want to go and learn video editing, I'm not saying for you to learn DSA, right? So have this important thing in mind. If you want to go into fellowship things, if you want to go into some designer things or community things, DSA is not important at all. DSA is important for them who wants to go into software engineering, backend engineering, all those things, right? There you will be able to use these tools and techniques, which is nothing but DSA, right? So I have a list of things, guys, that I want to show you where DSA is actually used to just break this myth. Now, if people are saying DSA is not important, they are just questioning the MNCs like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, ki why you are hiring people who are good at DSA. You are questioning them who are sitting there and hiring people who are good at DSA, right? So before questioning them, we should first understand why DSA is and where DSA is used, right? So the very first important aspect of DSA is spelling check. So what is spelling check, guys? I'll just give you examples as well. So nowadays, whenever you search something, right, on any application or any other things that you where the search bar is there, like generally people don't prefer to write the correct spelling, right? For example, अगर तुम्हें good morning search करना है, तो now the people just go and write GD and MRNG, right? And people expect the search result to be equivalent to good morning, the exact GOOD and morning, right? So now how the systems recognize ki this, by this actually the user is tending to mean good morning, right? Now everyone, here the very important algorithm is used, that is edit distance problem. If you have solved in dynamic programming, that problem is nothing but if you have two strings, let's say A and B, you want to make the minimum changes in A to make it equivalent to B. This is nothing but an edit distance problem of dynamic programming, which is very famous problem. So if you just go through some sheets of SD sheets, you will get this problem, right? So everyone, here actually this important aspect is used, right? Ki in GD, right, to make GD to good, how many changes you need to do? Two changes. Just add O and O, right? To make MRNG to morning, you will need to do some changes, right? So every system has some threshold ki if you get something, right, to just expand this string to some thresholds to get the equivalent strings, right, to what the user is actually meant to search. So these kind of things are actually used to correct the spellings, right? So now I have worked at ShareChat as an SD intern for 6 months, and there I have used this dynamic programming actually directly being used. So now don't question ki why dynamic programming is important, right? Now the second thing is Google search. So whenever you search something on Google, right, how Google is able to search it in very short span of time. Have you ever thought of it, right? Whenever you're just typing something, like, and imagine that when Google is like delaying your result for even 1 or 2 seconds, you will not have that patience now. Now you're just, now we guys have lost all our patience. Now we want every search to be very, very fast, right? So now on the backend of Google or on the backend of any search engine, guys, complete algorithms are used, right, to give you results in a very short span of time, right? If you have heard about Elasticsearch is a backend search engine for searching results from large number of indexes and charts, right? Now how those things are going to work? These things are going to work on the particular things, right, that are known as data structures and algorithms, right? So everywhere DSA is used. Now let me show you another example, that is following on Instagram or Facebook, right? For example, if there are two people, right? If I am saying that I'm Umang, right? I'm Umang, and some other person, let's say Yatin, right? If I am following Yatin, right, on Facebook, it means that Yatin is, if I'm following Yatin, or maybe if I'm sending a friend request to Yatin and Yatin accepts my friend request, what is the meaning of it, right? So between Umang and Yatin, there is a friendship. Now this is nothing but an undirected graph. Nothing but an undirected graph where Umang and Yatin are nothing but nodes, and this edge is nothing but the friendship. So you can just directly relate the graph like undirected graph, directed graph, as in the real terms of following on Insta and Facebook, right? For example, when I'm following in the similar manner, when I'm following Yatin on Instagram, it doesn't mean Yatin is also following me. Now you will be able to understand only when you have used Facebook or Instagram, right? So it means Yatin has to follow me, then only I can say there is an edge between Yatin and Umang, right? So this is nothing but a directed graph in the case of Instagram. So graph is also majorly used, and graph can be thought of in Google Maps as well. Ki whenever you search something on Google, right, or on Google Maps you write your destination, your Google Maps shows the shortest path between your current location and the destination, right? So this is nothing but a network, right? Network of nodes and the distances and the edges and all those nodes, right? So there are a lot of, imagine the cities, right? In the cities there are a lot of other locations, the streets and all those things. There are roads between them. So you can just imagine it as a network. That is nothing but a graph. So graph is nothing but a network which is a collection of nodes and edges, right? Nodes are nothing but the data points, and edges are nothing but the connection between the nodes, right? So there are a lot of other things as well. Now the next thing can be understood as autocomplete or autocorrect, right? Now if imagine that you go on Google or you go on any search bar, whenever you search something, right, what happens generally is, or whenever you type something, right, autocorrect, you understand what is autocorrect, right? Automatically if you write, let's say GO, right, the complete Google, right, Google keypad, if you have used anyhow, it just completes the word. It shows you auto suggestions, right? In just downwards of your Google keyboard, it shows you auto suggestions. Now have you ever thought of it how these things work, right? Whenever you go on Google and search for something, right, it auto corrects automatically, right? It auto completes automatically all those things. So whenever you write something, it will show you some suggestions. So everyone, this is directly the implementation of trie data structure. If you have heard of it, trie, TRIE, it is nothing but a 26 array tree. It is nothing but a tree data structure which is having 26 childs for every node. So this kind of things can be directly related to real world problems as well, right? Now there is a real world problem known as caching. What is caching, guys? Caching means whenever a user is sending some request to the web server, now the web server is bringing the result from the maybe database, right? Now the web server knows key. Now this particular request can be getting hit for the next at an interval of 5 seconds maybe, right? So if server knows, right, if there are some expected requests again and again getting hit for the same particular search request, right? Now there can be a caching layer in between, right? Key, instead of again and again getting from the database, what server is going to do? Server is going to cache this particular thing in the caching layer. Right? Now, what is caching? Caching is nothing but we have a key, that is the request, and the value, that is the result. Now, this key value can be just cached in your caching layer. That is very famously known as hash map. Now, how hash map are created? Hash maps are nothing but it stores key value pairs, right? The keys are unique identifiers of every value, right? Now, there are many important caching things that are being used by actual systems, right? The real world systems. One of them is Redis. Redis is nothing but an in-memory data structure that is used for caching, right? There is something known as memcache. There are a lot of other things as well, guys. I'm just giving you some examples of where DSA is used, right? So you should understand these things, why DSA is used, why companies are preferring people who are good at DSA, right? And if you want to go into proper software development, then I will say DSA is most important aspect, right? So please guys, don't ignore DSA, learn data sets and algorithms, because it is going to be anyhow asked to you in any interview, right? Even if you get an experience of 1 or 2 years also, maybe after a lot of experience also, you will have certain rounds of interviews purely based on DSA, right? So that's where DSA is used. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I hope you have learned a lot. So please go and learn DSA. There are a lot of other videos you will find on YouTube, where to learn DSA, what is the roadmap to DSA. So that's why I'm not covering that part in this video. You can find that video in the on the other channels as well. If you think I should also make a roadmap on DSA video, you can just comment down. I'll make it video, right? Thank you so much guys for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye guys.